Hello and welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. I'm Janel Norton. I'm a certified Warriors at Ease teacher, and today I'm going to guide you through a chair yoga class, a little bit of standing. We're going to open up the back of the legs and hip flexors and a lot along the spine. So find yourself in a nice seated, comfortable position. If you'd like to come to the edge of your seat, that's fine. If you're feeling like you want to be a little more supported today, maybe sit back if you have a back against your chair. Just make sure that we're not slouching. So a lot of times when we lean back a little bit, the shoulders will cave in. So we want to stay nice and tall. So think about your shoulders coming right over your hips and just kind of find that sweet spot. And then maybe pick up your toes, give them a little wiggle, and then mush your feet down into your mat or the floor. And then your arms, maybe just place palms on your thighs here, or you can have back of hand to palm of hand, whatever feels nice for you. And then notice how the shoulders are. See if you can maybe let them drop a little bit more down from the ears as the crown of your head lengthens to the ceiling. And then slightly draw those shoulder blades back just a little bit. Feel that nice splay across the collarbones. And then here you can have a soft gaze, or you can close the eyes if it feels comfortable. And we'll just begin here noticing the breath as it enters and leaves the body naturally. So we're not changing the breath here in any way right now. We're just watching it enter and leave the body naturally. And then notice where you feel the breath entering and leaving. Is it in the nose? Is it at the back of the throat? And then noticing where you feel the movement, perhaps the upper chest or the mid-ribs here. Feeling a little softening start to wash over the body. Maybe noting all those areas that are really holding tension today. Maybe allow that to just ease back a little bit, softening. And from this space, we'll begin to invite that breath into the lower lobes of the lungs. So on the next inhale, think about letting the belly be soft and expand. If you want, you can even take your hand and place it on the belly and just allow the belly to rise into the palm. On the exhale, feel it release and actively draw that belly button back towards your spine. Staying tall in the spine. Inhale, belly presses into the palm and expands. Exhale, a little more softening coming into the shoulders and face as you draw that belly back. So just take a few breaths like this. We're trying to fill the lungs from bottom to top, front to back, side to side. And feel that nice long, complete exhale. Feel a little bit more tension releasing in the body. You might even feel, as you take a few more breaths, the weight of your body come into the seat of the chair a little more. Maybe start to feel maybe the weight of the legs down into the soles of the feet a little more. Crown of the head is still nice and tall. We're going to take about another 5 deep breaths in and out here. Big, complete inhales. Nice, long, complete out exhales. And soften and release. We'll all be at a little bit of a different rhythm with our breath. Beautiful. Wherever you are, take one more nice big deep breath in. Long, complete exhale. If you have that hand on the belly, go ahead and bring it back to the thigh. And then if you are sitting back in your seat, maybe now scooch forward. We'll all meet here, ankles right underneath knees. Hold on to your knees here with your palms, and we'll just work up and down the spine a little bit with some seated cat-cows. So holding on to the knees here. Inhale, shoulders down and back as the chest rises and lifts. Maybe eye gaze can meet up at the ceiling. And then exhale, holding on to the knees to let the back round. Pull that belly into the spine as you exhale. Follow that breath all the way to the bottom. And then as the inhale comes in, follow that breath all the way up, opening the front of the spine. And then as the exhale comes, ride that breath all the way down to the bottom. Again, we might all be at a little different breathing rhythm here, so just maybe close your eyes and follow the breath as you flex and extend through the whole spine. And if you find some areas along the way that might need a little extra stretch, you can just linger there, maybe wiggle, so you can make these look and feel however you need them to. This is just a beautiful way to create some space in between each vertebra. You might keep the neck in line with the spine here. If you have any neck issues, that might be a good idea. If you want to invite a little bit more opening for the cervical spine, maybe start to drop that chin down to the sternum as you round back and feel the weight of the head open the back of the neck. And then as you come up, maybe explore bringing the chin up a little bit further to the ceiling, getting a nice stretch for the front of the cervical spine. So let's take 3 more rounds here, whichever feel best for you. You can make these as big of an opening or as slight of an opening as you need them to be for your spine. We're just kind of connecting the breath with the movement here. Gonna take 1 more round wherever you are. Nice job. Inhale, come to a nice tall spine. And then as you exhale, just take that chin in line with the floor. Keep that in line with the floor and just take a gaze over towards the right. So depending again how the neck feels, maybe how that left trap is doing today, maybe the chin is just taking a slight angle, or maybe you start to explore bringing that chin a little bit more towards the right shoulder. And then notice when we come into these tense little spaces, the shoulders like to lift. So cognizantly send them down and back. So we're trying to keep that little opening in the front of the body here. We're just breathing into that whole left side of the neck for 2 more breaths. You can even take eye gaze if you want towards the back of the room, getting a little stretch in the eyeballs. I know it feels a little awkward. Try it and see if you like it. Take 1 more breath. Good. On the exhale, go ahead and bring the head back to center and just sit here for 1 breath in and 1 breath out and feel the difference in the left and right side of the neck. Deep breath in. And exhale, take it towards the left. Just exploring here. We don't have to crank the neck into any space that it doesn't want to go in. So just exploring here. It might be a lot different than the other side. See if the shoulders are riding up by the ears. Let them be loose down and slightly pinched back. Maybe the eye gaze can start to travel towards the back of the room, getting that little stretch in the eyeballs for 2. 1, nice. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring the head back forward. Good. We'll take a nice little forward fold here, so you can take it either with legs right where they are, or if you want to take a deeper forward fold, you can bring the knees apart a little bit to give us a little more space to head towards the floor. So inhale those arms up nice and tall, get a big stretch, maybe even take a little length to the left and the right of the body, reaching the fingertips to the ceiling. And then as the exhale comes, just let the belly flop on the thighs here. Let the arms dangle. You can keep the head in line with the spine. Or if it feels okay for the neck, you can start to allow the crown of the head to fall towards the floor. And if you're here, just let the shoulders be nice and loose. If you're taking that other version with the legs a little more apart, you might be able to come a little bit deeper. Maybe the palms come to the earth. And just kind of dangle here and breathe. Feel into the lower back. A little harder to take deep breaths in and out. Just keep lengthening as much as you can. On the inhale, nice long exhales. Feel the lower back just gently releasing here for 2 more deep breaths. Good, big breath in. Long exhale. Good. If you're all the way down to the floor, maybe bring your palms to your knees first. Bring your head in line with the spine, and then press flat back up nice and tall. Otherwise, just push yourself up, and then go ahead and bring those legs back together again. We're going to take a little bit into the hips here with our pigeon. So again, you can just cross ankles here if that's you, or you can take that right ankle, nice big crack in the knee. I don't know if you picked that up. Keep flexion in that right foot. So here, if you're really tight in hip flexors, your knee might be up here. That's okay. Just let it land wherever it feels good. Shoulders are over hips here, nice and tall. And you don't have to take a twist in this one. You can stay right here, and you can maybe even explore just a little bend forward to get a little more opening for that right hip. If you'd like to try a little twist for the spine here, maybe take this right hand and see if you can grab the bottom of that right foot. And then this left hand can maybe come behind you or grab onto the chair. Take a deep breath in, and then start your twist towards your left. So feel into that mid and lower thoracic spine. Let the shoulders release down and back. Crown of the head is still nice and tall. And if you're twisting, you're just using the leverage of this sole of that right foot to press the hand into, to maybe deepen it, if that feels okay for you. You can again maybe explore the chin, wandering back towards that left shoulder, getting a little bit more again into that right trap. Take 3 deep breaths. Nice, deep breath in. If you have your head to the back, go ahead and exhale it back to neutral. And then that whole spine will unravel with it. And then we'll take that right leg down, and we'll try it with the left. And again, this knee might not be having it today. Stay here with legs or ankles crossed. Otherwise, bring that left ankle to the top of the right thigh, flexion in the foot. This knee just lands wherever it lands here. You can stay right here, breathe into this hip opener. You can explore maybe taking the sternum down just a little bit, and you'll feel that stretch happening in that left hip. Or if you'd like to take a little bit of a twist, take that left hand to the sole of that left foot, and then that right hand comes somewhere behind you on the chair. Big breath in, lengthen, and then exhale, explore the space on this side. And then that eye gaze can be wherever you want it to land. Maybe it creeps back towards that right shoulder, and then really pay attention, if you're here, what's going on in that left trap. See if you can allow that to soften with each exhale. Crown of the head is still nice and tall. And we're breathing. Take one more deep breath in. On the exhale, if the head's twisted back, go ahead and bring it forward, and then that whole spine unravels. And then go ahead and take that left foot down. Good. Take one deep breath in, nice and tall. And exhale, fold those arms down. Good. So we're going to come to standing now. We're going to get a little bit more into the neck and the side body. So go ahead and press yourself up to standing. Just find yourself here. And then we're going to take this right arm. We're going to bring it right to the crown of the head, just the fingertips here. Take a deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we're just going to lean that right ear towards the right shoulder. And then kind of notice how the spine is here. If you started to bow the belly forward, draw it in, and think about sending your tailbone down towards your heels. So there's a slight little tilt in the pelvis. The shoulders are in line with the hips here, so we're not collapsing forward or arching back. We're just gently opening this trap while staying tall in the spine. So just the head is tilting over towards the right. Slowly breathing. Go ahead, take one more deep breath in. Good. Exhale, release. Reach that right arm up nice and tall. And now we're going to open the right side of the body and lean towards our left. So we're reaching long through those right fingertips. Let this left arm just travel down the thigh on the left. Eye gaze can be up, down, neutral, whatever feels good. So we're getting a stretch along the right intercostals here. Couple deep breaths. And you might not be here, you might be here. So just feel where it is good for you. Try to keep even weight in the feet so you're not leaning over into that left foot. Take one more deep breath. Then those right obliques are going to draw us all the way back up. And then let that right arm come down and give it a little shake. Let all the blood rush back into it. Then we're going to try that on the other side. So inhale that left arm up. And then we're going to take the fingertips of the left hand to the crown of the head. This is a really gentle nudge to the left. Big breath in. And then exhale, gently guide that left ear and feel into that right trap here. One of the tightest spots on all of us is all in that space in the neck where we hold all of our tension. When we're stressed, that's the first thing that we notice. It's physically visible on most people. We're like this. So let's just breathe, let that soften, let the weight of that right arm open that space as we gently glide that left ear towards the left shoulder. Take 2 more deep breaths. Good. On the exhale, go ahead and release. Inhale that left arm up nice and tall, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, we're going to lean towards the right. Again, shoulders in line with the hips. Make sure we're not collapsing. Feel the evenness of the weight in the feet. So if you need to come back out a little bit, you can go ahead and do that. And we're letting this right hand just glide down the outside of that right leg. And breathe. Big stretch for the intercostals on the left. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, left oblique draw us all the way back up tall. Let that left arm come down and give it a little shake. Get the blood back into the fingers. And then we're going to come to the side here of our chair. We're going to turn this chair so that we have the back of it. We're going to use this for some undulation of the spine. This is going to feel really good, I hope. So bring your hands to the back of the seat. Bring your feet back a little bit. And you'll have to probably slide the feet around to feel where you feel comfortable here. You don't want to back way back here because then you're not going to feel very stable, but you don't want to be up here either. So we want to be far enough from the chair that we can take an exhale and just start to come to a flat back. So the glutes are going behind you. You're allowing the chest to just kind of drop here. Keep the head in line with the spine. Now, from here, it's going to be almost like the cat-cows. So on the in-breath, maybe a nice little soft bend behind the knees. Inhale, gaze up. And think about opening the front of the spine here. So we're opening the front of the spine by allowing the belly and the chest to sink. And then as we exhale, we root into the feet and start to undulate that spine. Let the chin drop and come all the way up, like you're trying to take your shoulder blades to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, drop back in to that flat back, and eye gaze will look up, glutes to the back of the room. Exhale, round. Press into the feet and the hands. Take those shoulder blades up to the ceiling, let the chin drop. We're going to do 3 more like that. So you can drop down here. Depending on how your shoulders feel, you might have some prior stuff going on, so just listen to those shoulders on how deep you want to drop in and how high you want to go. So your cat-cows might not look anything like mine, which is perfectly fine. You're just connecting with your spine and your breath, noticing how it feels in your body. Nice. Wherever you are, when you find that last rounding here, go ahead and come back to that nice neutral spine just for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Let everything settle along the spine. Nice long exhale. Go ahead and bend those knees and start to walk forward. And then we're going to take our chair and turn it back to where it once was. We're going to utilize this for a little bit of opening for the legs. We're going to come into some lunging and a little bit for the hammies here. So take that right heel and bring it up onto your chair. Take the left hand maybe to the chair back, and you can keep your right hand right here on your thigh, just not the knee joint, because we want to keep a slight bend behind that leg. So lengthen on the inhale here. And you can, this might be your stretch for your hammy. This might be very tight. You can stay here and breathe. Or you can start to explore, exhale, maybe leaning down. Maybe that right hand will come down to the seat. So take a deep breath here. Nice long exhale. Deep breath in. Good. On your exhale, you're going to flatten that foot onto the chair, bend the knee. The knee is going to come right over the ankle, and you're going to start to feel, you can wiggle, wiggle, wiggle that left foot behind you just a little bit. Feel a little bit into that left hip flexor. Take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, we're going to take it back. So we're just working now with our breath. You know where we're going. Inhale, bend the knee. Maybe think about looking up, lift the chest. And then exhale, bring it back. Maybe each exhale, when you're coming into this hamstring stretch, you might explore a little bit more space coming in to the back of that leg. And if that's you, maybe if you're invited to go a little deeper, then explore that. We're just working with the breath. So the inhales brings forward and up. The exhales glide it back, soften and melt. Good. One more time here, each way. Inhale, lengthen, keep rooting into that left foot into the mat. Exhale, bring it back. Good. And then inhale, come to neutral, come all the way up, and bring that right foot down. And we'll take it on the other side. So take that left heel to the chair, and then just lengthen out here, little slight bend behind that left knee. Take a breath in. And then maybe this is where you stay, or maybe you start to explore taking the chest down towards the knee. Maybe that right hand might land on the chair. It might not. No worries if you don't make it there. Stay here. Just don't lock out behind that knee. Hold here for a breath or two. Just allow that stretch to open this left hamstring. Good. Big breath in. As you exhale, you're going to flatten that foot, bring that left knee right over the ankle. You might wiggle that right foot back just a little bit to feel into this right hip flexor and see how that feels here for you. And now that we have our positioning, we're going to work with the breath and the movement. Big breath in. Exhale, bring it back. Maybe you take those toes towards your nose, get a nice stretch in the calf. Inhale, bring it forward, lift, maybe lengthen. Exhale, bring it back. So it almost becomes a little bit like a moving meditation with the breath. Nice and slow, mindful, controlled movement here. Let's take 2 more rounds. Inhale, flatten the foot, lift the chest, big stretch for the right hip flexor. Exhale, bring it back. Big hamstring stretch on the left. Good. And then we'll come to neutral. Lift the chest, and then just bring that left foot back. Good. So now that we have the legs nice and open, we're going to take our peak pose, which is triangle today. So go ahead and step that left foot forward, right foot back. So we have a little bit of like railroad tracks here, so we're nice and stable in the legs. We're going to take our left hand to the seat, or it can be to the back of the chair, wherever it feels good for you. So here, now we're going to think about taking the right arm and the right hip and start to send it to the sky. So noticing how this feels on your knee, you might have to kind of play around with the foot placement of that right foot so you're not tweaking your knee. And you're thinking about trying to get the shoulders in line with the hips. Maybe eye gaze can look up at the ceiling. Just feel what this is like in your body. It doesn't matter what you look like. We're just feeling grounded into that left palm. We're finding some length through the right fingertips. And the legs are nice and straight and strong and rooted. Take 3 more breaths on this side. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Nice. Go ahead and bring that right hand to the right hip. Little bend in that left knee, plant into that left foot, and come all the way up to standing. And we're going to try that on the other side. So I'm going to turn, and you'll get both sides. You get my good side here. And then we'll take that right foot right under the chair, left foot back. Just kind of find your railroad track legs here. Bring that right hand down to the seat. And then as you inhale, start to think of peeling that left hip and that left hand all the way up to the sky. Feel rooted and grounded into the feet. Think about lengthening the crown of the head forward and breathe nice and deep. So if I could fit in between 2 panes of glass here, that would be our perfect alignment. We just want to make sure that we're not rounding forward. Take 2 more deep breaths. Beautiful. On the exhale, go ahead and bring that left hand to the hip. Little bend in that right knee. And then slowly bring yourself all the way up. And then from here, we're going to come back to our seat. Take your time. We'll all land right here. And find, if you want to find that same spot you were at the beginning, either if you were back against the chair or maybe you were up here, just try to find that same spot. And then let the shoulders drop down and back. Bring your palms into whatever place that you had them, where we started. Lift the toes, spread them wide, mush the feet down into the earth. And allow that body to take on that natural breathing rhythm once again here. So we can allow that really deep breath to go. Maybe eye gaze is soft on the floor, or you can close your eyes. Notice what's here now. Notice the shift that happened between when we first came to this position a half hour ago and what this same placement feels like now that we've done this little bit of breath and movement. This is where we can really connect with the benefits of our practice. So just observe and just notice any spaces that might be feeling a little more open, a little strengthening and lengthening. And just give thanks to whatever your body was able to do for you today. Thank you so much for joining me as part of this Warriors at Ease Operation Remote Resilience, and I hope you enjoyed the class. And this video is now available to the public on the Warriors at Ease YouTube channel, so please make sure you subscribe to this channel so you never miss a class. And please consider making a donation. So your donation will help keep these classes free for all. It's viewers like you that make it possible for teachers like me to provide these services. This is Janel signing off from Warriors at Ease Operation Remote Resilience in Health, Resilience, and Connection.